We begin this news hour with breaking news out of Burkina Faso, where an attempted coup is underway. Reports from the capital city, Ouagadougou, say the president has been detained at a military base. Soldiers have taken control of the main TV station. Now, this all follows a day of unrest and overnight gunfire near the presidential home. Henry Wilkins joins us now on the line from the capital, Ouagadougou. Tell us where you are and what you're seeing.
Yeah, so we're outside the national television station, RTB, at the moment. The building has clearly been taken over by the military. They've blockaded the entrance with an armoured vehicle and installed an anti-aircraft gun just outside. There's been helicopters circling for the last couple of hours. We're really just expecting an announcement from presumably the mutineers who began mutinying yesterday in the capital, Ouagadougou, to say that the government has been taken over.
Is it possible to speculate as to whether all the military is behind this, or is it a faction contained within the military?
It doesn't. It seems at the moment that it does seem to be quite unified. Yesterday there was gunfire throughout the city, even into the early hours of this morning. But today there appears to be a marked difference in the way that the mutineers are behaving. Yesterday they were wearing ski masks and had their faces covered. Today they're walking around quite confidently with their faces uncovered. We're not hearing any gunfire at the moment across the city, so it does appear that there's been a unified military coup, and this is progressing.
There were those earlier reports of protesters on the streets, and this is unusual because normally what happens when there's a coup or an attempted coup or a mutiny, the local people protest against the coup plotters, against the mutineers. But apparently these protesters were in favour of the coup.
That's true. So yesterday, some protesters tried to gather at the Place de la Nation, which is in the centre of Ouagadougou and where many protests take place. They were quickly dispersed, but conspicuously they weren't dispersed by the military. They were dispersed by the local police with tear gas and so on. So certainly, as of yesterday, the police were not acting in unison with the military, but we certainly haven't heard of anything like that happening here today.
OK, Henry, thank you very much. Let's bring in Nicolas Haque. He joins us live now from Dakar. Nick, just take us through what your reading of this situation is.
I mean, this is really a situation that President Marc Kabore should have anticipated. There's been mounting protests against him. Remember, Peter, we talked about this on Saturday when there were banned protests, a peaceful banned protest that was banned, by authorities, protesting against the deteriorating security situation in the country. Burkina Faso, that's been facing a wave of attacks by armed groups linked to ISIL and Al-Qaeda, and pretty much the border areas of the country are the authorities have lost control in key areas in the north and the east, the area that borders with Mali. And faced with that, millions of people have been fleeing towards the capital, which seems to be the only safe place. So there's been mounting protests against the president. Now, he's taken some steps by dismissing his government several times in the past, also replacing the Minister of Defense. But really, the ball is in his court. And right now what we're seeing is that the military that had given him an ultimatum to try to change the situation, to give them more means. That was the main demands yesterday by the mutineers, to give them more means to try to fight this threat. Well, they said if the president didn't respond to their demands, that they would take over power. And that's what's happening right now. What's interesting to watch, Peter, is that this is happening in a country, Burkina Faso, where the French forces are present. There was a joint patrol with the Burkina Faso military earlier on this week where a French soldier was wounded. They have their special forces on the ground. And it's unlikely that the French, would support another military takeover in the region there in Burkina Faso. Peter?
And to put this into context, into a broader context, I guess, for us, Nick, this is not a small country, and there are large areas of a medium to large-sized country that were simply no-go areas for the government and for the military as well.
That's right. It's a landlocked country that shares borders with Mali, but also key other nations in the area. And for many years before Roch Marc Kabore was elected democratically, well, we have to remember there was a leader, Blaise Compaoré, who was there for 27 years, and he kept that country safe from attacks. Now, what's interesting to note, where this mutiny started is in a place where a key player, General Gendere, is being held. He tried an attempted coup in 2014, and he's known as someone that has been speaking to armed groups in the past, that had kept Burkina Faso safe. Now, he's being locked in there in that camp. There's also someone that was arrested just last week, another member of the military that was a commander in the north of the country that was arrested, allegedly accused of a coup attempt against Roch Marc Kabore. These are two key figures of the military. It's unclear if they have a role in this situation, but we have to remember the context in which this is happening. 3 coups, Peter, in the region. Guinea, now in the hands of the military. Mali, now in the hands of the military. And perhaps now Burkina Faso. There's a step back in democracy in the region, but for many in Burkina Faso, the military stepping in is a step forward for more security for them and for them to be able to finally return home to places that are in large swath of areas that are in the hands of armed groups. Peter?
Nick, thank you so much. Nicolas Haque there joining us live from Senegal.